I don't suppose an apology would put everything back to the way it was before.
Melanie, things have changed.
How? Are you saying you're not attracted to me anymore?
No, I'm not saying that. Not at all.
Something changing your mind.
The story of 10 begins with a robbery, an event which causes Terry to be late for his date with Dana, and this time she's too disappointed to give him a second chance, so they effectively break up again.
Don't dramatize. You two will be back together soon enough.
But after the whole ordeal, there's another girl watching. Melanie Walker, a girl who's a part of the Royal Flush gang, but she's not there out of a sense of greed, but because she doesn't have roots anywhere else. They're all she has.
What were you doing out there? How come you didn't go in?
Didn't know anyone.
New in town?
Perpetually. My parents move around a lot because of work.
And she treats her persona as 10 as effectively a form of familial responsibility. However, the cost of this is that she doesn't get to be with anyone else. She's forced to move around. But this guy, Terry, is a similar animal, someone who's lost his place with the people in his life. They both don't have roots anywhere else other than the responsibilities, and that sacrifice makes them scared, kinda angry, kinda need each other.
Never quite knowing what's gonna be happening next.
I'm beginning to get an idea of what that's like.
Two of a kind. That's what we are.
There's a particular symmetry highlighted between them, where they're mad at their fathers in their lives. Terry is angry at Bruce for demanding him to treat every night as equally important, which means sacrificing his own prospects of being happy.
You want me to end up like you, alone?
And Melanie is mad at how King is just using the family as pawns for his personal vendetta against Batman.
If you can't get behind that, you might as well leave.
Amen to that.
Scholars Dimbleby and Burton identified 4 key factors in the creation of a sense of self. The first is the reaction of others.
What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just kinda quick, that's all.
The second are comparisons with others.
I was watching.
The third is identification with others.
This family's taken good care of us, and it's always going to be there.
And the final are the roles we play.
How are you doing?
Just a few more wires.
Be thorough, 10.
Melanie can only think about being with Terry in the moment, because the thought of the future is scary, because her sense of self is mostly conceptualized by her family, and she knows they wouldn't accept him. In fact, her mother even tells her that straight to her face.
You don't know this one.
You didn't see fit to introduce us to him. That's because you knew he wouldn't fit in, right? Someday the right one will come along, one who will fit in.
As a result, the relationship ends. But Terry is more like Bruce than he knows. He traces the call, and after Batman takes down the entire gang as a result, Terry apologizes to Bruce, and he smiles when asked if this sort of thing ever happened to him, while 10, having picked her father over just leaving, ends up being arrested. But does her family actually appreciate her that much? Needs are the forces which drives us from within. They are the motivation for communication. A good communicator is honest about needs/motivation, and is good at weighing up the needs of others so that these can be taken into consideration when deciding how to communicate. If we think about real needs, then we are finding out why communication takes place. 10 starts robbing an illegal criminal poker game now. It goes really badly, so she needs to hide from everyone, including Batman and the police. So she goes to Terry and reveals it's all because the Jokers have her family. So for their life, she's got to steal from the game for them. Subsequently, their spark is rekindled. But this also leads Terry to start lying to Dana and Bruce in order to go after her without anyone else knowing.
With this kind of lying, it's got to be more than just a friend.
Wish I knew.
Better decide soon. It ain't fair to Dana.
By the way, there's a really fun bit of character development for Bruce where he lets Terry take the night off when asked.
Things are always quiet here. Take the night off.
Batman then stops 10's second attempt at robbery, and instead tries to help her rescue her family from the Jokers, in which she abandons him. But there was a part of her that genuinely wanted to help. She even hands Batman a note for Terry, just in case she would die. Instead, she goes through from the plan from before and steals from the poker instead. But she's been duped this whole time. The Royal Flush gang has been playing her. They weren't kidnapped, they just wanted to make sure she's dependable. And this is when she realizes they didn't love her, they just wanted a reliable accomplice.
You
don't love me. If you did, you wouldn't have done this to me. And you never would have made me choose between the family and Terry. You would have accepted him.
You were too young.
Age had nothing to do with it. You were afraid I'd leave the gang. That's what it was. All I've ever been to you is an accomplice, never a daughter. I just wish it hadn't taken me so long to realize it.
Terry, during all of this, is like, well, at least I stuck a tracer on her. And Bruce is like,
Live and learn, kid.
and everyone gets arrested. 10 watches from afar. And this time she leaves. Self-esteem. This is about how well we think of ourselves. All of Melanie's self-esteem was devoted to how valued she was by her family. But now that she's let them go, she's working in the kitchen somewhere, busy and exhausted. But then when she hears about the Royal Flush Gang on TV, she drops the food she was about to serve before needing some air, anxious and traumatized.
Look, I haven't talked to my parents in months. I had nothing to do with that Powers business.
I know. But if you should hear anything...
I won't. As far as they're concerned, I don't exist.
I'm sorry.
Wait! You remember that note I gave you? The one for Terry McGinnis? Did he?
Yeah, he got it.
I guess I don't exist to him either.
However, because she made the hard decision, she's genuinely free. She could have ended up like Jack, who get nicked.
My son's rotting in jail because of that trinket.
Or if she survived further down the line, she would have ended up like Queen, who did find a criminal man who became part of the family, the king in fact, but he ends up abandoning her and replacing her.
That I've wasted the best years of my life on you?
Consequently, the ending of Melanie's story is quite simple and sweet. She's able to get Jack out with her honest money.
I made a lot of salads to pay for this.
You shouldn't have.
Hey, we're family, okay?
And the both of them are free.
That is, if you don't mind washing dishes.
Are you kidding? I was the best dishwasher in Julie Hole.
Alright, so that was the Melanie Walker video. I was working on a The Batman 2005 animated show video essay, but then I just kind of wanted to work on something else that wasn't goddamn Bruce Wayne Batman anymore, so I was like, I want to make this instead then, as a break. I'm also working on a Wakanda Forever and DCAU Wonder Woman Hero's Journey kind of video-y right now. Anyways, special thanks to everyone on Patreon. I love you all, and there's more coming.
Not bad, old man.